So this is a different phone now because this one has no, it has full storage now. Gonna put on the music in a second. It's gonna go on my YouTube today. Oops, wrong one. But I will learn to like and then love myself. It was a long journey. And yeah, nature helped too. Like nature loves me. Animals love me. I'm blessed. I hate on myself sometimes, but nature didn't. So that helped. And I'm glad I didn't give in into performance over than living. And that's a little bit exactly those people that I attracted and that resonated with me, that were yes to my story and that listen and that shared theirs with me. Because I was really asking for a very authentic life, and some people they just shared. And I found them over and over again. Like I've been to this, I volunteered in this little NGO for like they collected like food trash and made food out of it. Like that was, if you remember, you could eat there, and I did that for a little while. I found very interesting tribe, and then we had this. There was this dolphin course where this energetic working meditation person from Hawaii, that is a German, he came. Like it was very interesting to hear his life path. So I always followed on a spiritual path, but full on with my feet, not on my cushion, if you know what I mean. I did not long for perfect energetics. I asked questions and I found people who had answers, and then I understood what I was actually asking about. And then I knew how I would plan the next my life, how I would plan my life. And it's just so good, so necessary. I found this quote on Pinterest that says, when I was writing my thesis, my bachelor thesis, what you're procrastinating, you should be doing more of. For me, that was, for example, cooking. Like if I don't want to write, I was cooking, I was baking, I was spending too much time on the internet, on blogs around homestead and farming and Christian homeschoolers. And then I was wondering if that is possible in my country without being hated for being too different. When I just found people who are open. Also, this forest kindergarten thing, that was the people did not think it's bullshit. And then I knew this is not would not be a path of rebellion. I was a little bit more relaxed about the topic of giving becoming a mom. When I was young, I did not know what will be coming. I had another boyfriend at the time, and yeah, just knew so much bullshit and real dark shit in society. And there was not enough light in my heart, it just was very sad to witness the abuse that we had in our home and live through that. And then I really wanted to hear that this is worth fighting for, other than just helping the environment and like homeless and like people in absolute need. Like that's I can work for that causes, but everything else, like setting future plans into action, like why would I be doing that with that life already lived? So I was really honestly pondering this question, and that's a little bit what people do if they have a life crisis. Like I don't need a midlife crisis, but people have changes in their behavior when their hormones change. So it's a little bit like with teenagers. It's also like a biological crisis time for many. actually, because you shift very huge. So your what you perceive on the world is changing in so many ways too. And that can be tricky, can be much. But I think what I really had was not a life crisis. It was full on investigation if this society is worth building. I didn't build it. I didn't. Never performed again. Because I just knew I am more liked when I am myself, and I attract the right people rather than just becoming something that somebody else wants me to be and perform and produce and bring stuff to society that doesn't deserve it and might end up causing more destruction. So I spent my whole life working for the climate, for the church even, um, for like human trafficking a little bit because it was pressing. Like I really was traumatized by the stories, and it helps me work through stuff. I volunteered so much in my 20s. Like I get free the homework with kids from schools who needed help, or like when I was studying, I was like doing free childcare because I just knew that the mom, like, she needed support, and then it began with money, and then I counted that energy that I got from just the kid reminding me of what's really important in life was to to be playful and to be cheeky and to be brave. She was a very brave soul. I don't know her anymore. I tried to get to her mom to see how she's going because I was hoping she had good luck in her life, but I never found her. And I don't know if the email, maybe she was just too lazy to answer the email too. Like I don't know. But yeah, I I am just more and more drifting away from what society pretends to be, because I witnessed the truth of it all because I've studied it, and I can just recommend to everybody that they don't like feel responsible for the society, but create the life that you like. That is the most important. It doesn't be the most successful version of your life. It doesn't have to be the most faithful or most perfect way to live a life. It should be that you like. And I liked my life. I was never against anything because I just made the experience that all I was asking about and all I was searching for was kind of not intruding to people. Like they kind of felt this soul journey, this little me needing um their experience, their honest life path, and what was worth living. And then I felt better because I knew it is worth living, but I will probably hate cooking, which I don't actually. But yeah, so it is. It's a full-on bloody path this life, and this I always been a spiritual journey. I 1 year I did like this nature walking course where we had every month a new topic, and we met in different people's homes, and then we just went through the herbs and little knowledge and made fire and went on walks and were trying to find animals just by their footprints, and like was so relaxing and grounding. It's just nice to do that. And I did all this stuff that ground me back into being a human in nature. And I read a gazillion self-help books from Americans because I didn't get the other people no more after I studied with this global degree. I My whole brain was wired globally, so learned with the bestsellers most. And then YouTube, and then I've seen people, millennials, on their own journey around the oceans and with buses. I've also witnessed that this ended sometimes, sadly, and sometimes they overcame misery. But I know how many of us as a generation did never do that. And I never loved listening, watching, or talking to them because I've chosen not to be lying about this life path and make it authentic to me and just like my own way of living this life in this crazy, crazy, crazy society and still show up, you know? That's exactly what I found on my crisis years. People who walk this warm middle path. Like you're different, you have your own views, and you learn like not to. You don't need people to be the same critical thinker about this whole project. But you find the resonance, and also you need, for example, as a kindergarten, I need them to fund my kindergarten if they pay. So you just learned early. That's also from the hippies. The lesson was the kids said we are gonna integrate mom and pop because we are not just segregating and we are not just staying away. And they were a little bit more shy. The grandparents, they were a little bit more shy and they like specifically people and were more warm around them. Like I feel blessed to also find them like with the grandma we were like very connected, so it was quite early. And with the grandpa he was observing me a little bit, but that moment the kids really liked me because I liked them too, and they were so sweet and loved all the companionship. And like I've been jumping on trampolines with them, and like I've been so young at the time, so it was fine. I just came from summer camp, so I knew like that's the easiest way is just to give in and go jumping for an hour, and then it will be tired, and they're gonna chat, and you might be reading a book, and then they're happy and you're fine, and like yeah. I've been on the farm anyways, and I've not spent all the work in a garden. Like it was just May too, so it's not a very busy time. It's just a little bit checking in with the growing plants. And so I found really free kids too. And then I found these middle path kids, and I knew like they all have trouble sometimes, you know. Um, like is there's no perfect way. There's no paradise. That being human can be quite much sometimes, but yeah. um, yeah, you do you. That's my kind of people. But I do me. Like you're not gonna tell me what I am gonna be thinking. Like my own brains, and they are not useless. So